Bum, 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 bum. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-do-do. Ba-da-ba-da-do. Ba-ba-do-do-do. Ba-ba. Well, hello there, social media family. Being of any subscribers and our visitors alike, of any persons who are supposedly still affiliated or associated with and are representing my own particular YouTube social media channel and or likewise chat room or comment section. How are you all doing? You and yours, your family and friends. Well, hopefully each and every one of you or everybody is doing at least okay, if not bad yet to be said. All right. But not best of all to be said and stated for the record, whereas any persons, you and yours and me and mine for that matter, could possibly claim to have become or be of a status where you can or could possibly say, and or likewise state for the record that you feel blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. And moving right along. And in getting to that being of the present, social media broadcast as we have it, being of some such video content for that being of this given moment in time. And whereas I wish to address the subject matter being as it is, for that of the topic of discussion to be debated, of a given argument with many different views and opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and are representing some such thereof. So far as Mother Nature or these rather crazy weather temps is concerned. And be it that because, sorry about the rather compulsive physical gesture, being which I suspect that, a certain neighbor among the likes of my present prognosis of problem neighbors, or being of the main neighbor from damn hell in particular, could possibly have something to do with it, of a medical health issue that I may have to look into, like soon enough in the near future. But getting back to what I was trying to say, and as I think of it with that in my mind, just to backtrack here with reasonable purpose to be, and once I go on with the following to continue from where my person last left off, so I can finish up as a complete form through prior I thought. Or paraphrase it, not quote exactly. And whereas the weather man or weather woman, but the person was saying in more words or less, and regardless of whether the present weather temps, being of which is rather phenomenal and record breaking, however said, is the result of developments of big business CEOs or of Fortune 500 corporations with all of its auxiliaries or affiliates, or that the results of development of mad scientists attempting to throw a monkey wrench in Mother Nature's program. But then, nevertheless, the weather temps as we have it at the present, or for something like the next few or 2 or 3 days in our nights, is supposed to really drop dramatically for this season of the year as we have it for the winter. And like say, or how you say, and to be compared onto another, whereas they say that is the weatherman or weatherwoman say that the weather temps is supposed to drop down to from 10 to 20 degrees below zero. Now that is cold. Similar to that of, what would be called, like say, how should I put it? That being a threatening dilemma if the climate were to be of some or such other during another season of the year. So far as if Mother Nature or the weather temps were to get up to become, like say, in the summer season, in the triple digits, you know, and like say, from 100 to 100 something degrees, or uh, uh, to 103 to a 120 for that matter. So therefore, if any of your persons are of the likes of the rank and file, the derelict, transients, as in AKA, as they would be much more familiar with being commonly called and are known as the homeless, out there in the streets, dress appropriately, as in warmly for this winter season, as well as hopefully you will think of it with my attention to dress appropriately for that the summer season, you know. Whereas in the winter season you try to warm up, and whereas in the summer season you try to cool down, you know. Because these weather temps are really like say or how you say, or whereas Mother Nature is really acting crazy, regardless of whatever or whoever could possibly be responsible for her misbehaving with all of this here unnatural, abnormal cycle of hers. Like somebody has attempted to throw a monkey wrench in her program. You know, yes, I feel sorry for you homeless persons. I mean, though I'm not really that much better off than you all, if any of your person uh subscribers and visitors, they're subscribers of and visitors to my own particular YouTube social media channel and our chat and comment section could possibly be of the homeless. No, I'm not really that much better off. Well, just a little bit, a wee bit better off than you all. The very reason why I say that is being that because I presently am a tenant in a real damn hellhole, and because of certain neighbors in particular make it out that way to become a bee for me, as they attempt to take me hostage to their rather twisted, warped, wicked mindset, for the crazies that they are, you know, sickos or psychos, well, more like idiots than sickos or psychos, I guess. Well, though they are, if anything, more creepy than, I can't really say they're equal as well stupid, as well as creepy, because they know how far they can go with all that nonsense of theirs, making like from the midnight cowboy to the spook that sit by the door. You understand what I'm saying? Worse yet, you know. And last I had checked, criminal trespassing is supposed to still be punishable within a courtroom setting before judge, jury, and prosecutor, or punishable by law, with that I say a fine, imprisonment, or both pending, and is to be considered as a felony offense just as much as package thieves be stealing other people, other persons, or other tenants' merchandise. And I still have yet to find out what happened to one of two, though one of some as such, whereas the TikTok shop has said, say for the record, that they would either give me a replacement or refund. Compared to the other one, they have yet to respond or, go about replying to my request, Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. That in the background that you're hearing is supposed to be celebrating the upcoming Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holidays. I thought it had already had taken place or happened, the celebrations there, but then I remember not so much as it was supposed to be held on the 15th, compared to how this year is held on the 20th. But then where was I? I was saying how TikTok has yet to reimburse me or recompensate me for my loss, as I'm in a really bad neighborhood. Yeah. But then you heard that TikTok is supposed to be going out of business in the USA, mind you, as our kissing cousins of the Brits across the great waters of the Atlantic for the mother country, to say. Or to put it in much more familiar uh, American vocabulary. Yeah. TikTok has been kicked to the curb. And whereas our U.S. Congress had decided that it wants to resemble that being of the judicial arm of Nazi Germany from way back then, you know, for that political party. So whereas we live that much less in a democratic republic or democracy now, if freedom of speech is being arrested or chained or confined or incarcerated or, or, or banished from the country or nation as we have it as much as possible. Imagine that. Just when you would have thought that you will not so soon see the day that that's happening, you know, within the upper echelons of our own particular society, you know, in the hands of the ruling elite. They have just officially, legally outlawed TikTok in the USA. The final day for TikTok is supposed to be, well, supposedly it's Sunday of the weekend, although the incoming president-elect has stated that he could possibly be inclined to give the TikTok social media app that of an extension, a grace period, of a few months for it to continue to operate, and then, you know, take it from there. That is something. See what happens from there. And I'm like, what? Because as you all know, and speaking upon those matters, now to come mad, it being of the TikTok social media app was given an ultimatum. Either that it finds an American buyer or it is out of here, Then because suspicions had arisen, whatever I said. Sorry, I apologize if I'm butchering the English language of American dialect. But suspicion had arisen that TikTok is just an arm of the People's Republic of China, that particular communist country. And then whereas I'm hearing that a lot of TikTokers are taking flight to something called Red Note. If anything, that would be more like to be considered in the line of thought for that last mention. I myself had since established rapport with some other social media app that is supposed to be run by, as in controlled by TikTok, or it's just a branch of TikTok, but not so much as scrutinized, where it is supposed to be called by its name title of Lemon 8, and it is not as fancy as TikTok. It has limitations, unfortunately, and hopefully the owners of TikTok will update it, because as I'm hearing it, as I have witnessed it, any videos that you could possibly want to post, it can only be for something like, let me see, 30 seconds up on the minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody tend to differ, because I have tried it out, and you can only post videos up to 30 seconds. compared to how for TikTok you can post videos up to 10 minutes when it had updated its social media app. And before all this here fallout coming from the U.S. Congress and etc. Yeah. Anyway, though, getting back to the original subject matter, type of discussion to be debated, given argument with the many different views and opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and representing some such thereof. So the weather temps, Mother Nature is acting just as crazy as some of our politicians and, judges of the Supreme Court, who has recently banned TikTok. Mother Nature, for whatever reason, she is just acting really abnormal, phenomenal, or what you call record-breaking weather temps, whereas if you're a homeless person especially, you're going to freeze and possibly risk freezing to death if you don't find shelter soon enough, you know. So I just thought to share that with you all, your persons, and I'm about to close out by saying in more words or less, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I will hope that you would think to do so now. While the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did, I would say upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of Roman soldiers up on the orders of their superiors, to fulfill biblical prophecy, to restore the breach between he himself as God and human flesh, and mankind made in his image, or humankind, so that if any of us, regardless of race, walk of life, gender, age, etc., were to profess some of such faith in him, from there we become to be blessed in one regard, nothing more, ways more. First and foremost, with his salvation, being of which is the only means by which any of us can or could possibly become or be considered as citizens of the kingdom of heaven. And whereas his salvation is the only fire insurance against the lake of fire down hell, the second one will be blessed with his deliverance. But first, you have got to get his salvation, otherwise, you have nothing coming so far as blessings in general is concerned. And you make that transition for the great beyond and the hereafter, the afterlife, and you don't have the blood sacrifice of the Lamb of God to take away the sins of the world upon and within your soul, and then your final destination will become the lake of fire down hell, to be assembled with the rest of the unsaved, lost down human souls of non-believers and unbelievers, to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and demons, and to burn forever, compared to how we as believers in God will be across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, and the coming of like-minded believers in the presence of God and his angels, and even so be blessed down here upon the planet earth in this world as we know it. And hopefully that much more become a blessing on the others by sharing with them the gospel message of salvation and deliverance, for that matter. Because tomorrow is not promised to anybody, and all roads do not lead to heaven. I don't care what Oprah Winfrey or anybody else could have possibly said, and that's including the late supposed so-called Reverend Billy Graham. As I'm hearing it, he had began to believe that one liner of that former ex-talk show hostess, in his later years. And that is not the case. You can believe that if you want, and you'll be in for a rude awakening once you were to make that transition for the great beyond and the hereafter, the afterlife. Anyway, though, you all take care and be safe, be blessed, not stressed. If and when you can or could possibly become or be of a status as that, but only after you will to become or be a member of the household of faith, the family of God. And I will talk to you later as God permits. Y'all take care. We out. Peace.